of Law, and once again apologies for the delay. This event will take...
Dear distinguished and honorable guests from the legal fraternity, Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Justice Sundresh, esteemed colleagues, faculty members, students and parents of the incoming class that are all gathered here today. It's an immense honor to stand before you today as we mark a significant milestone in the journey of the Shiv Nadar Foundation. The inauguration of the finest legal minds on various issues to just appreciate the complexity, the depth and the width of law. Normally as an entrepreneur, I'm on the receiving end where I do the listening and our legal counsels do the talking. So this is a nice refreshing change for me where I happen to do the talking. The Shiv Nadar University, as you may know, is the first legislated private university in Tamil Nadu in a very, very long time. It has been a long time coming, and given Shiv Nadar's family legacy in law, it's only natural for us to begin a law school that bears his name and his family's name. As you walk through the entrance, you would have seen a quote by Shiv Nadar, that if I had not been an engineer, I would have been a lawyer. Shiv Nadar was born into a family that made their living serving the law. His grandfather was a lawyer, his father was a judge, his brother was a justice. As an entrepreneur, he carried this distinct advantage into the building of HCL, where his grasp of law and his instinct for business combined both served him very faithfully for over half a century. This stunning campus of 220 acres is not just a representation of a brilliant engineering college, an SSN institution, and a young dynamic university in Shiv Nadar University, but it also represents a larger umbrella of the Shiv Nadar Foundation, of which now you all belong. Founded over 30 years ago, the Shiv Nadar Foundation has provided more than $1.5 billion in US currency since the foundation began, almost 30 years ago. We have supported several institutions and built all of these institutions ground up. The Shiv Nadar SSN institutions, the Shiv Nadar University in NCR, Shiv Nadar University in Chennai, the Vidyagan schools, the Kiran Nadar Museum of Art. In fact, abutting these walls, another Vidyagan institute, an institute that we're very proud of, has begun this year. And so in this very campus, just within this proximity, you will have very young kids to PhDs all graduating. The Vidyagan story is better known outside of India, and the reason I mention the Vidyagan story is so that you can have an appreciation of the width of what the Shiv Nadar Foundation does. It's sometimes better known outside of India because the alumni go on to study everywhere actually in the world. We've opened a third Vidyagan school in this campus. The first two are located in Uttar Pradesh, and one is just outside of Delhi and one is just outside of Lucknow. It's a challenging story of creativity, grit, and the power of education. Vidyagan takes the brightest students from the bottom of the economic pyramid in class 6, and they provide them a free residential education for 7 years. And it's a very competitive process where the brightest minds actually come through this process, and only about 200 students are admitted into the school. These students, with their hunger to learn and the desire to lead, go on to study in the best universities within India, but also across the world, and many of them are in Ivy League universities, and as well as some of the best British institutions. They will change lives for themselves, they will break shackles of poverty for their families, and inspire thousands of others to follow their footsteps. Some years ago, I had this very memorable incident where the president of Johns Hopkins University had visited a Vidyagan, and the president happens to be a lawyer by training. So in classic Vidyagan confidence, a student stood up and asked him in a setting very similar to this in an audience, and he said, "I want to understand one thing, why does a medical school need a lawyer?" And to which he responded that in life, all lawyers need doctors and all doctors need lawyers. And I think that the dedication of my learning actually from that was that law cuts across all aspects of life and it will intersect in every shape and form. Our dedication to the state of Tamil Nadu is unwavering. In fact, we've opened 2 schools in just a matter of 15 months. The Shiv Nadar school in Adyar, in a sprawling 15-acre campus, was opened last year. It's a primary to secondary school. We're tethered at the heart with Tamil Nadu and in Chennai, and it's because of the generous warmth that we receive and the reciprocity that makes us want to do even more. There is a Latin phrase that often comes to mind when I think of the Shiv Nadar Foundation, and that's gradatim ferociter, step by step, ferociously. The Shiv Nadar Foundation has been built stoically, one small step at a time, over the course of 30 years. And each school, each university, each program has gone on to exceed expectations. Deliberate precision, faith, and the trust of like-minded leaders has contributed to the growth of the foundation, which now boasts 17,000 students and 2,800 employees, making it one of the largest in the country. The Shiv Nadar's philosophy, his generosity, is what makes this all possible. When confronted with a challenge or an obstacle, his most common three-worded, yet incredibly powerful advice that you will often hear is stay the course. So to the students, I can share the same way of life. Stay the course, because the only way around the problems at times is just simply through it. We're incredibly proud to be here with you all at the inauguration of the law school. The school, as I mentioned, is close to our hearts. It also boasts one of the best state-of-the-art facilities, a global faculty educated at Ivy League and Oxford institutions, and a wide range of resources to support our students' academic pursuits. As you all know, academic learning is not enough. Students must be prepared for the complexities of the legal profession and practical experiences and the ability to think laterally to be able to build essential problem-solving capabilities. I'm pleased to share that the curriculum design for the Shiv Nadar Law School will broaden the thinking of students' perspective and also inspire confidence through the interactions with industry and practitioners. They will learn from those who've made significant contributions in their field. We will have the first law school with a 1-month semester just for practitioners, and I hope many of you in the audience would join us on this incredible mission. And finally, to the students and the parents, I've been at the helm at the very beginning of many institutions that we have started in the Shiv Nadar Foundation. What I
would not have joined engineering, possibly you would not have ACL Tech today. So now that we have ACL Tech as well as Shiv Nadar's Law School as well. So in fact, we are really happy because it's a dream of Mr. Nadar that the educational institution of Shiv Nadar Foundation should offer a quality law program. And to fulfill his dream, I think the members of the Shiv Nadar University, Chennai, has taken a step forward to start the Shiv Nadar School of Law. I really thank you all to be here, to be a part of this occasion. Just to give you a bit about the university, Shiv Nadar Foundation has 3 institutes of higher learning. Shiv Nadar University, which has been recognized as the Institute of Eminence by the Government of India, is located in Noida. 2 institutes, namely SSN College of Engineering and Shiv Nadar University, Chennai, are coexisting in this very campus, a beautiful 230-acre campus. In fact, Shiv Nadar University, Chennai is the youngest amongst the 3 of the Shiv Nadar Foundation, which has been legislated by the state government of Tamil Nadu as the first state private university after a long 90 years through Shiv Nadar University Act 2018. Accordingly, from the academic year 2021-22, we have started the academic journey of this university with 3 schools, namely School of Engineering, School of Commerce and Management, and School of Science and Humanities. And we started with 4 undergraduate programs in 21-22. Currently, we are offering 6 undergraduate programs.
Proud to continue the legacy of excellence of the Shiv Nadar Foundation. It's our aim to earn our place among the finest law schools in India. We are housed in a beautiful, lush green campus with world-class indoor and outdoor amenities. Our faculty comes from the world's finest universities. They are engaged in creating new knowledge at the frontiers of their fields, which in turn makes its way into our classrooms as well. Now, if I may seek your indulgence to share a few thoughts on how we see the emerging landscape of legal education and the impact we seek to make. As we look into the future, what lies ahead may be classified into these three heads. A, the known knowns, B, the known unknowns, and C, the unknown unknowns. First, the known knowns. As the size of the Indian economy grows, some core areas of law will come to assume way more significance than they've had in the past. If we are to wager, the most important of them will likely be members of the private law family. Contract, tort, property, unjust enrichment, corporate law, conflict of laws, to name a few. We'll need to find ways in which to train our lawyers in the state of the art in these fields. This means we'll need to groom a whole new crop of scholars who will create new knowledge in these areas. The Shiv Nadar School of Law seeks to put this front and center. This will have us at the vanguard of innovation in these fields, and also make our graduates highly sought after by employers in India and abroad. Second, the known unknowns. A fast-changing legal landscape fueled by growth of next-gen technologies. Now, how does one handle complex legal issues these are likely to throw up? The way in which the problem is often framed invites us to look into the future. But in our submission, though, such legal issues are Janus faced, like the Roman god Janus with two faces. These issues require us to simultaneously look into the past and the future. Of course, we'll need to train lawyers who look into the future and keep pace with the tech curve. All the same, we'll need our lawyers to master the legal past in the form of first principles of law. They will have to fall back on first principles of law to think innovatively about novel legal issues. This means that doctrine and legal theory are just as important from a purely futuristic point of view. The Shiv Nadar School of Law seeks to mold lawyers who are masters in first principles of law, and armed with them can boldly charter unknown waters of the future. Lastly, the unknown unknowns. We can't really say how AI will impact legal jobs in the future. Now, how do we ensure what we teach won't become obsolete a few years down the line? There's no educator who has not lost sleep over this. In our view, the best way to take the bull by the horns is by focusing on what experts agree is least amenable to invasion by AI, and these are skills. Skills are the very core of our mission at the Shiv Nadar School of Law. Skills we focus on fall in two classes. First are the skills imparted as a part of our BA program, and the second are the skills imparted as a part of the LLB component of our course. Our BA component has a liberal arts focus. It seeks to give a broad base of skills on which legal expertise can be built. While humanities and the social sciences are the mainstays of our liberal arts course, we supplement these with science, accounting, communication, and quant skills as well. This broad base of skills are transferable to a host of areas beyond the law as well. Moving on to skills imparted as part of our LLB course, the focus here is on transmitting tacit knowledge of the law. Tacit knowledge of the law goes way beyond knowledge of the rules. It's a kind of aesthetic sense or know-how. Tacit knowledge plays a crucial role in any craft, including the law. It is that ineffable thing that is often called as thinking like a lawyer or horse sense. The best known way of imparting tacit knowledge of law is through case books. This forms the core of teaching in law schools in the US and the UK. In India, by contrast, we hardly have any case books at all. We aim to change all that. At the Shiv Nadar School of Law, we will teach with cases, as our students are indeed taught now.
Bhattacharyya, Vice Chancellor of this prestigious Sri Shiv Nadar University, Chennai, Sri Shikhar Malhotra, Trustee of Shiv Nadar Foundation, Professor Dr. Shiv Swaminathan, Dean of Shiv Nadar School of Law, Professor Dr. Vinay Sitapati, who is going to give the closing remarks, Ms. Roshini, Sri P. Chidambaram, arguably, in my view, one of the best contemporary senior lawyers of this country. Deliver on his contribution to governance and politics. Mrs. Chidambaram, Senior Advocate. Justice Kumaresh Babu, Justice Kulashekaran, Senior Advocates, members of the faculty, staff, parents of the law students, and my dear students. A good evening to all of you. There are two surprises to me today. When Srinath called me, I did not realize that I will be visiting such a wonderful place. It doesn't look like a law school, but a true place where one can learn by their experience. Second is the presence of galaxy of legal luminaries. It's an important day. In our country, we have numerous law colleges. But what's the problem that we are facing is that among the lakhs of lawyers today, which could approximately be 20 lakhs, you could hardly count on 2 lakhs of them who would contribute to the society. So what ails is a lack of quality legal education. Now, both Shikhar and Professor Bhattacharyya were saying about medical education and engineering. Obviously there's a difference between a lawyer, engineer, doctor or chartered accountant. I must tell the students who are here that you have chosen the correct profession for more than one reason. A lawyer is a social engineer, a social doctor and social chartered accountant. You deal with the society when in comparison to any other profession. And for young students like you, coming years are exciting time. We are in a changing world, and this applies to the field of law. This is my observation. From a traditional and conservative legal field, we are moving to an area where it is controlled by real social issues in general and economy in particular. We have mounting cases that is because of the reason that the legal community is one of the most conservative community ever. We have never been in introspection. We missed the core principle that we exist for the society, and therefore we are here to serve the litigant. Concentration has been made on procedural law, ignoring the substantivity. Time has come for us to think deep. I am quite impressed by the vision with which the institution has been set up. When we were taken a tour of this beautiful building, places have been earmarked for not only discussion, but for interaction between student and the teacher, which touches upon subject of psychiatry, psychology, and the social issues. A student will have to understand the law from a sociological perspective. The change has begun. As a young student, you might think as to whether you have taken the right decision. I must assure you, you have indeed taken the right decision. Law henceforth will not only evolve but also change. For the reason, law is a combination of past, present, and future, in which a student of law has a telling role to play. As it has been flagged off, I hope and trust that this college institute will concentrate on the nuance of law and what is sort of the developments which are likely to happen in the near future. Constitutional law which undergoes change from time to time. We will be seeing major thrust in the field of economy, and therefore law touching upon the commercial litigation would flourish, pushing the other litigation to the background. Law surrounding technology would take pace, leaving the conventional ones far behind. When society changes, so also the nature of litigation. When law changes, litigation would follow. In the criminal field, you would have white-collar offences, crimes touching upon women, cyber crimes, online frauds. And on the civil field, we will have new contracts emerging, like blockchain contracts, done through online, making the contracts secured, use of artificial intelligence more and more, and the problems arising thereunder, information technology, trademark acts, you will be having new thrust both in the private law and public law. The haze surrounding public law will move towards the private law, which means consumer dispute would increase. Environmental law will have a facet of private law. As a young student, you should be ready for the new challenges to come.
Subscribe to Valgan Television.
Please subscribe Valgan Television.